Luka Dončić to the Lakers. AD to the Mavericks. Come on now, let's get into it. So with the Lakers, got Luka Dončić now. He's finna run the point. Austin Reeves finna run shooting guard. LeBron probably small forward. Rui at the 4. Jackson Hayes at the 5. Maxi Kleber might get in there for a couple. You know what I'm saying? That power forward spot. The offense just got tremendously better, but the defense is lacking crazy. The thing with the offense, though, is in the West, they can outscore most of the teams they're going to play in the playoffs. So Houston Rockets, they can outscore them. The Memphis Grizzlies, they can outscore them. They really run into a problem with the Nuggets just because they don't have a center to guard Jokic. And even with AD, like he took over the series, and they got swept, right? Well, they got beat really bad, but Luka Dončić to the Lakers. What does that mean? Because I think they're first now, and no matter about the rankings, of course, the Lakers still got to climb. But Luka and LeBron, that offense, that's like Jokic times 2, though. You know what I'm saying? They always have a play to run through somebody on the floor, and that's just going to be a lot for teams to cover. Because it's not like they have to ISO. The pick and roll is going to be dangerous at all times in the game. But dang, that defense is like, you got LeBron is 40. He not trying to lock up for the whole game like that. And Luka, he's not a defensive minded player. So you got Vanderbilt. He's definitely gonna guard the best player most of the game. But when you need that full starting lineup, it's gonna be barbecue chicken, man. It's gonna be too easy for them to score. Who is gonna guard the best bigs? Even Chet, I feel like, would give them a big problem in the playoffs. Like for OKC, of course, the OKC would have a problem with just dealing with a bigger guards like that. Even though they're a pretty big team, I think they would still struggle with the strength of LeBron and Luka just to be able to move players in the post like that. The Timberwolves, they don't really pose much of a threat to them either, just because they got rid of Cat. If they still had Cat, it would be pretty bad matchup. But Rudy doesn't really pose a threat on offense. The Suns, they're gonna be in the play-in. It's just their offense hasn't clicked. And hopefully we don't see that with the Lakers, how having that many stars kind of stifles the offense. It kind of slows it down because you're really worried about people getting touches at certain points in the game, and it kind of messes up the rhythm. That's what I think happened to the Suns, because they didn't have a problem with the facilitator giving the scorers buckets, but now you got 3 scorers. It's not enough ball. Grizzlies, they're just too young. They're still too young. Like, I put them in the same box as the Rockets. They're going to go crazy in the regular season. Crazy regular season stats. Crazy games, 40-point games. People scoring 30 on the same team. But when it gets to the playoffs, bruh, that experience is so essential to winning a series like that, because 4 games is a lot. Like, yeah, you can get 1 game in the regular season. And, of course, they're spread across 82 games. It's not as serious. But when you get in the playoffs, 4 games back to back to back, come on now. You can't keep doing the same thing if the coach can scheme against it, because he's going to stop that, and then you got to create a whole new game plan. But somebody like the Nuggets, they do something so well, even if you scheme against it, you still have to stop the top of the beast, which is Jokic. And it's just hard because even with the best defensive big in the game, it's so easy for him to get his teammates open. I'm definitely waiting on the Mavericks. They probably won't play each other in the playoffs because they probably won't line up like that. I do see them playing the Nuggets. You have to beat the Nuggets if you want to get to the finals. That's their formula is just too laid out for them. They're almost like the Chiefs of basketball right now. And it's not that they've won all these championships. It's when the going gets tough, they always have a play that they know is going to get them a bucket at the end of the day. And the Lakers had that. Their defense, I'm going to be honest, was not that good. And their rebounding. Rebounding and defense lost them a lot of games. Because they could get a bucket, but when you're trying to go bucket for bucket with a team that can really set up and just get it down low anytime they want, and when you double that man down low, he kicks it to a 3, it's going to be a long day. And it was a long series, and they put up good numbers against them. Jokic, that's going to be the telltale sign if they can get a championship. Because if they get to the Celtics or the Bucks, they would beat both of them. Even though the Celtics and the Bucks have a good big, and Porzingis, and then on the Bucks, they got Giannis, of course. Giannis can be stopped. Okay, hold on. He can't be stopped. He can be contained if you play a smart enough game plan, like the Raptors did. And what is it? I don't even remember when they won. 19? When they won. It's going to be very interesting. Because it's going to be one of those 2 teams, the Bucks or the Knicks. I'm forgetting about the Knicks. The Knicks and the Celtics might be the hardest team for them to beat. Just because the Celtics, they have 2 big forwards, kind of like the Lakers. I mean, they're a little bit bigger, but they play bigger than their position. So the Celtics, they could stop them just off having young young bodies out there. You know what I'm saying? Young legs. But that's I mean, I'm saying Luka's young too, and he trying to get a ring just like Tatum was. And I think this next time with the LeBron on his side, I do think Luka could get a finals over the Celtics. But they would still have to fill in that center spot. Christian Wood will definitely be a better 4. It's gonna be tough for him to run the 5 because they got some crazy builds out here. The Wemby builds, the Chet builds, the Giannis. It's hard for somebody like 6'9", 6'8" to guard that. So, main takeaway from this video, Lakers got to get a big.